Hi, Danny. You're going to tell us all about yourself. What's going on with the apprenticeship? How you got involved with it?
Hi, Matt. So I'm Danny. I work in Vianet, and I was given the opportunity to start the apprenticeship for data analyst back in April last year while I was on furlough. So while I was off on furlough, it gave me a goal to work towards. Now, the good thing about working as an apprentice is it allows me to directly apply what I've learned in the course into my role. So, for example, one of the first modules that I did was complete data visualization with Power BI. With the help that the course has given me, it's helped myself and the company to explore going down the route of using Power BI as a main tool for reporting. And through building proof of concepts, we've now set up a roadmap to start doing this and using Power BI.
And then so basically, well, lots of people think that apprenticeships are in certain sorts of fields. They think that an apprentice is a plumber or a bricklayer. Or how did you know that apprenticeships could be done in your field, and how did you find out about it?
Yeah, so when I applied for the job, Moret and Kira, my manager, they told me about starting an apprenticeship course, and like you said there, I always used to think that used to being plumber, electrician, a trade that you'd actually go down that route. But I didn't realize that you could do these apprenticeships in the computer software side. So it was a learning experience to know that. So for me, in order for people to know about it, you have to advertise more to see what type of courses are available. So we could utilize the voice of the Young Apprentice Ambassador Network as a platform to voice what the role is, encourage people, to actually actively look into what we can actually achieve rather than simply going down the academic route. So yeah, they can do more, and we can do more as well.
Yeah, I think there's probably a thing about earning as you learn as well, by the fact you've got a job and you're able to see what's going on, learn these skills in a way that actually you'd have to make decisions that mean you might miss out on learning some of the skills that you picked up. I think that's probably a big thing, isn't it? You might never have. You think you would have learned all these things if you had to go on a night course and do them. And
yeah, that's a thing as well. If I did a night course or if I did another academic course, it would have been learning theory, that I would never actually apply to the job until I actually got one. So at the moment, I'm actually working as well and actually applying all that theory and making it practical as well.
And do you think during the course you picked up any sort of experiences, skills that you can use outside of the workplace?
Yeah, so not cost specific, but I have learned about safeguarding and what that involves. And it's made me think more of how I can help other people as well. So for example, what we are living in for our lockdown, it might be good to just check it on people, have a talk with other people, see if they've got any issues. We can all do without mental side. So yeah, definitely external skills apart from the course has definitely helped.
And what do you think we can do to encourage more young people to get involved in apprenticeships and take them on? And
yeah, again, like I said, we can utilize the Young Apprentice Ambassador Network. We can go out to schools, colleges, etc. Let them know that there are different types of courses available rather than just the mainstream ones that we've just talked about there. It's not just trade. There is actually other courses apart from going down the route of academic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Employees as well to actively go out there and advertise their opportunities as well for young people to get involved in. And I think as well from a strategic point of view, businesses need to see that that as they're growing, they need to find room within that growth plan to bring on young people, because they're going to be our future. So giving them the opportunity to get involved in such of the the apprenticeships would be brilliant. And I think testament to Ben Houchen and the £19 million that was committed through the Tees Valley Combined Authority, we've actually seen the benefit of that. During the lockdown, when it was difficult times, we actually took a young apprentice on who's 16 to 20 in our AIT section, which he wouldn't have had that opportunity if we weren't able to tap into that funding. So it's just as much for employers as well to really take that social responsibility on, I think, which is important too.
Definitely an opportunity, I think, for everybody. And I think that it's about getting the message out there that A, it works in all sorts of different sectors and fields, and B, employers who haven't had a go yet should go and have a look, because it's probably easier than they think. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so I think, having these ambassador chats and the networking opportunities for companies who maybe haven't started that road yet, it's there to do. When I started the organisation, apprenticeships was quite new to us, and we're growing to 4 and hopefully more in the future as well as we're going along. And it's just, being quite tenacious and looking for what opportunities are out there, and seeing if there's any funding that you could tap into. So you've got the Education Skills Funding Agency, for example, who've been a great wealth of knowledge for me to support, and then go back to my business and rationalise some of the cost values that come involved, and in the apprenticeship levy as well. That's been a great way for companies. I think perhaps maybe for employers, we need to be more actively looking at opportunities to share that levy. So if you're a company who doesn't utilise your levy, how can you transfer it to somebody like ourselves who is quite hungry for the growth, but maybe is cautious of what the costs would be involved, and could we swallow that cost? So there's all of that as well to take into account, definitely.
Very good.
My turn now.
Yes, grill me.
Yeah. So, what made you decide to go into politics, and why did you become an MP?
So I think I did lots of different things before I became an MP. I worked on building sites, I managed shops, I pulled pints in pubs, and I think sometimes it's good to have people go into politics who did normal jobs and have a normal perspective from Joe Blogs rather than a certain sort of crowd who should be in politics. But actually, I think the reason it is because you can make little changes. You can do little things that help people along the way. And sometimes it might be the smallest thing that doesn't matter to anybody but the person who you've helped. And whether that's for the little old lady at the end of the street who's got an issue with a tree in a garden, or the family who's got a problem how they're getting the youngster to school. Actually, if I can make one of those little changes and make somebody else's life easier, the smile on their face is a big enough reward to keep me going.
That sounds good. It's all about community, that is. Yeah,
definitely.
So how can we get MPs talking about apprenticeships?
I think good chit chats like this with you tell us about how many diverse opportunities there is. The fact that you can go into IT, you can be a plumber, you can be and I think actually we've got a responsibility as MPs to get out there and show the next generation young people about all these fantastic opportunities, and also to talk to the employers about the fantastic opportunities to take someone on, to shape them, to get them to fit your workforce and what you need in the next, however many years.
Do you think there is a big challenge faced in Parliament in developing the growth of apprenticeships then?
I think there is. I mean, as we've been talking about some of the schemes and the support mechanisms that are there to encourage employers to do, we actually need to shout about them a bit more. We need to make sure that all the employers know how easy it is to do it, and the massive benefits that you can get from taking on an apprentice.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you think there's a place in Parliament for apprenticeships?
I think there definitely is. I think I've got some homework now to go away and look at that. We've got interns, we've got people to get involved in people. But actually, I think a proper apprentice scheme would be a really cool thing that lets people get in the driving seat, see what's happening, suss it out, and have a proper programme so that we can ensure people get all the skills and experiences that they need from it.
Okay.
Do you think apprenticeships are important for employers to think about when recruiting or developing staff?
I think definitely. I think you can, employers have the option of going out there looking for somebody who might fit in with their organisation, or they can build their own. They can DIY it and create the skills in somebody, in a young person, give them a fantastic opportunity and shape them and mould them into the sort of employee with the sort of skill set and the sort of values that they might need in their organisation.
Yeah, definitely. I think it helps with our company as well, especially with myself. Like you said, you work at the company and it shapes your values to the company as well. So Yeah, I think that's definitely important there. Yeah. So bearing that in mind, do you think that apprenticeships can help the economy recover after the pandemic?
I think they're probably a key component, because I think there's going to be lots of young people where there won't be the opportunities that there was yesterday. This is a set of opportunities they need to grab hold of, get stuck in on. But moreover, I think there'll be people who need to retrain, people who've had a go at something and need to learn to do something else because the economy's changed and the sort of jobs that are available will have changed. And apprenticeship's the ideal platform for people to go and learn some new skills and find a new occupation.
So would you say that some apprenticeships are more important than others?
I think they're all equally important, but it's horses for courses, because there's certain people who want to do a certain sort of job, and there's certain organisations that need people to do a certain sort of job, and hopefully everybody can find a meet in the middle point, and all these fantastic opportunities in different fields will suit somebody.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of internship, before when you said about Parliament, at Vianet we offer internships to from our partners, University Teesside, and see many applications from both genders for jobs, especially in technology. How would you think employers can encourage more applications for apprenticeships just to overcome that gender imbalance?
Yeah, so I went to Teesside University. It's a fantastic university. I'm sure it's a great partner for Vianet to work with. But actually, I think it's about challenging some of the stereotypes around some of the roles. And it's about showing everybody that these are the opportunities that are available. And actually, probably apprenticeships are a really good model for that, because you find access to the job and the skill set and the training all in one platform, one sort of trajectory. Whereas if you were going into a job that wasn't stereotypically aligned to you, you might be a man going into a job that you thought was a woman's world, or a woman going into a job that you thought might be a man's world. And you might then go on the training course and not be sure whether you get the job at the. Actually, it's all on offer. You can go and have a look at it all, see what it's all going to look like, how it's going to feel in one place as an apprenticeship. I think that's a really good thing. We need to challenge some of the stereotypes and make sure that all these opportunities are available to everyone.
Yeah, I agree with that, particularly within STEM, because you do hear in the media there is quite a strong imbalance of not young women getting involved when there's opportunities out there, and it's just making sure that it's that whole inclusiveness that's there for them, and they can embrace it, which would be brilliant. Yeah, that's great.
Good stuff.
Any more questions? All right.
No, I think we're all good. It's been brilliant to be able to speak to you, Matt. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We really appreciate it. And I hope you can do some baking, because obviously as part of the Apprenticeship National Bake Off we've got going on. So we'll hopefully see you do a hashtag bake off and get something posted, maybe some banana bread, which seems to be on trend at the moment.
Banana bread, I'll give it a whirl. I'm not really a big skill set. It can be dangerous. I'm not very good, but we'll give it a whirl and see what the results come up with.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Matt.
Right.